Now level 8 problem focus on use of feature called sweep loft along with the basic feature like extrude, revolve, cut. Now in problem 8.1 we have Allen key having cross section of hexagon shape. We are going to draw the path and then we'll draw the sketch of hexagon and we'll sweep out along the curve. Now start sketching on front plane. This line is of 75 and this line is of 25. Now let's add fillet. Now fillet is of 6. Now let's exit. Now we need to create a plane over here. Either you can create plane over here or either you can do the same thing at the bottom. So let's go to the reference plane. Select this line, press Ctrl, select this. So it will going to create a plane normal to selected line at this endpoint. Now let's create a sketch profile over here. Here, let's try to draw shape. Let's make it side horizontal. Now from side to side distance is 4 millimeter. Right click, select midpoint, press Ctrl and select this and make it coincident. Now let's exit. Let's go to sweep. So this is our sketch profile and this is our path. Make sure the profile is following the external path. Now let's turn off the display of custom plane. Now let's measure the volume. It is 1306, which is correct answer. Practice problem 8.2. Here we'll draw this path and on the top of at this location we are going to complete this profile and then we'll use sweep command to create this model. Start sketching on front plane. Let's create the center point arc like this. Let's add tangent arc. Let's make them equal. Let's dimension this by 7 and this is by 5. Sorry, let's change this to 7. Let's make their center horizontal. Again, let's try center point arc over here. Now let's add the center distance 26. Now let's make their center vertically aligned. Now let's draw line over here. Now make it tangent. Similarly, add line tangent like this. Also add small line. Make sure it is tangent. Now let's add radii to this larger center point arc. Value is 10 and also from here to here the distance is 4.5. Also press shift first, then select this line and give the angle distance 26. Now again between these two lines the angle is, let's double click and change the value. Now select this point and this point, make them horizontal. Now let's select this, Control Shift select this and make them horizontal. Now look at very carefully. We have given all the dimensions, but still it is underdefined. So select this point, press Control, select this point and make them horizontal. So this will make it fully defined sketch. Now let's exit. Now on the right plane, let's create the profile. First, let's draw a center line. Like this and make them PS relation. Now here we need to draw radii of 2. Let's take this and select like this and enter. Now let's give the value of 2. Horizontal. Now select this point and make it coincident. Now let's add tangent arc. Now radii is 1 and also add line. Now let's mirror them. Select the mirror command. Now let's offset them by 0.5. 0.5, but reverse directions. Now let's close the end. Now let's add smart dimensions. This is 5. Now let's make this one, and this one. Sorry. Select this line and this line and make it symmetric. Now let's add a dimension called 1 mm from here to here, which is 1 mm. Now let's exit. Let's go to sweep command. So this is our sketch profile and this is our path. Because I have drawn the sketch exactly at the middle, so it show you the option of sweeping on bidirectional. If you have drawn the profile over here, this option would not be shown, right? So select the proper option. Now let's measure the volume. It is quite off from what is given. So let's find the error. So let's check the profile first. All dimensions seems to be okay. Now let's check the section profile. Here 1 is okay, this is okay, 2 is okay, 0.5 is okay. Okay, now here it is 5, not 6. So let's enter 5. Now let's again measure the volume. The volume is 288, which is complete match with the given answer. In practice problem 8.3, first we are going to draw this half section and we'll revolve it. Then we'll add this path like this and mirror it. And finally, we are going to add the circular profile of 1.4 value and sweep it. Now start sketching on front plane. Let's draw center point arc. Let's draw a line from here. Let's add the value, which is 3.95. And center distance between the arc and the bottom line is 3.05. Also, center must be vertically aligned. Now let's trim out the additional part. Let's close the region. Let's draw a small center line. Now let's go to revolve feature and click OK. So the main part is ready. Now click on right plane. Draw a center line. Let's add angle first. So press shift, select this line, and release the shift button. Enter the 60°. Now the center is having distance 33.2. This radius is of 2.5, and this from origin is given as 10.3. Now let's mirror the entities. Now either you can simply make a tangent relationship with the outer body. So let's try this way. Now let's exit. Now here it is sketch profile. Let's go first over here, path, and select this. Now let's use circular profile and enter the dimensions 1.4, and let's see what is the outcome. Now problem is it is sweeping from the center, so definitely the volume will be higher. So we need to sketch like this. Okay, so let's cancel all of this, and on the front plane let's create our profile having diameter 1.4. Okay. Like this and this. Okay, so profile must be coincident with the path, otherwise we are not able to sweep. So let's go to feature and click on sweep. Now here we need to select this path. Again, as I discussed earlier, we need to select bidirectional, and on the options we need to select this option called align with the end faces. So let me untick and show you what is happening. Right? Either you can extend this line inside the body part, both will work. And here let's take this merge tangent faces. So this is tangent C, right? So we don't want to see that part. It is your personal preference. I'll keep it untick and click OK. Now let's add fillet. Now fillet is of 0.5. Now let's find the volume. It is 269 cubic inch, which is correct answer. In problem 8.4, first we create this path, and over here on the top we are going to draw circular profile and we'll sweep it, and at the end we are going to add here the half section and we'll revolve it, and then we'll remove the material. We need to be very careful. It is not straight away rectangular cut. we need to maintain the circularity. So we need to create the first the revolve feature and then we'll remove it. Start sketching on front plane. So let's first draw center point arc over here. Add the dimensions, which is 0.35. Now let's make sure these two ends are horizontally aligned. Now let's also add tangent arc. Let's draw center line. Now let's make this and mirror it about this vertical center line. Now value of this radius is 0.45. The center distance from the origin is 0.45. Similarly, let's add one more center point arc over here. Let's add value 0.65. Now let's add center distance between them is 1.75. Let's drag and connect the center line. Here let's make their ends horizontally aligned. Now join these two. Now here let's make it tangent. Here I made a mistake. This distance is not from origin, it is from this center. So let's reapply the distance 1.75. Now let's exit and create the profile. On a right plane, create the sketch. Here let's draw a circle of 0.3 diameter. Let's draw center line. Select this point and this and make it pierce. Let's go to feature and click on sweep. Now select this profile, select bidirectional and click OK. Now again let's go to front plane. Now let's draw a construction line midpoint to midpoint. Now here let's draw half section. But here from this center distance is given as 1.25. Now let's revolve this. Again, let's go to front. Select this line. Let's create line over here. Let's draw a line. From here to here distance is 0.15. Now let's trim. Similarly, let's create over here. Select the inside tangent line and convert it to entities. Select this and convert to entities. Select this bottom line and convert to entities. Now let's draw a horizontal line. Now let's trim additional geometry. Let's tick these options and convert into Now let's create extrude cut. We need to offset the sketch by 0.05. We need to select the contour, this one and this one. Okay, I will reverse it first. Let's pick this front line and select this extrude cut. Let's try to mirror it. Now let's remove the circular material. So open the sketch on this face. Select the center and enter the diameter. Now select these, Control Shift, select the circle and make them. Let's select the extrude cut. This time select the both side. Now let's measure the volume. It is 0.51, which is correct answer. Practice problem 8.5. First we'll draw this 55mm circle and we'll extrude it. Along with that, we are going to add these 4 circles and extrude it. Then we'll try to create this solid part by loft features, and then gradually we will add these extrusions given by the value and try to find the volume. On top plane, let's start sketching. The first circle is of 55. Let's extrude it 5 mm. Let's create one more sketch. Now this time diameter is 48. Now select the surface and click on reference plane. Add the offset distance of 9 mm as given in side view. Now on this new plane, let's create one more circle having diameter of 27. Now let's create a loft. Here this circle, select this circle. Now let's hide this reference plane. Now let's go to top plane again. Use this and convert it to entities. Now let's draw a circle of 13 and the inside circle of 5. Now let's draw a center line. Let's connect the center. Let's add the dimensions, which is given as 45 degree. Now let's mirror this circle about vertical line. Similarly, let's select this whole circle and mirror about horizontal line. Now let's trim, or either you could have created the outer circle as construction circle. This would save your time. Now let's first create extrude cut. One. Then now let's change the direction. Now again let's select them, and this time let's extrude those circles. Okay, I made a mistake over here, so let's edit it again. Let's turn into geometry. Now let's select this again, extrude base. Now extrusion is given 6 millimeter. Again on top plane, let's draw one more circle having diameter 30. Now let's add center distance as given 22. Select these two surfaces and convert it to entities. Now let's go to feature and create extrusions. Now extrusion height is, the side view is given 36. Now select the top face. This circle would be of 25. Now let's extrude by 1 millimeter. Again select top face. This time we'll draw circle of 15. Let's extrude by 29. Now select this again. This time it will be 13. Let's extrude by 5. Again the last part. Diameter is 10 as well as extrusion depth is also 10. Again let's go to top plane. So select this, convert to entity, select this, convert to entities. Now let's draw make them tangent. Let's remove. Again let's add angle. Now angle between center line and this is as given 35. Now let's add fillet of 6 millimeter. Let's trim and remove this additional part. Now let's go to extrude and extrude this time 5 mm. Now on this face let's create midpoint line. Let's enter distance of 15. Let's select this and convert it to entities. Again from here to here. Let's trim out this part. Now let's extrude. Now this extrusion depth is 20. Now let's measure the volume. It is 53816, which is correct answer. In problem 8.6, we'll draw this path and we'll use the circular profile option available in sweep feature to create this model. Now let's draw in front plane. Diameter is 64, so radius is 32. Similarly, let's draw over here. Now here radius is 15. Now center distance is 80. Make sure it is vertically aligned. Now let's add line. Make sure these two endpoints are horizontally aligned. Similarly, these two are horizontally aligned. Now select this and make them tangent. Let's go to sweep feature. Here we'll use circular profile and the diameter is 10. So we need to select the path and right click. Now let's measure the volume. So it is 24447.96. When you round up, it becomes the 48, which is correct answer. Practice problem 8.7. We'll draw this shape using slot sketch tool and we'll sweep it out. Then we'll create this section and we'll sweep it out along with this horizontal section. Now then we add this trapezoidal thin section of 22 depth along with the center part which having 6 mm thickness, and try to find the volume. Go to front plane and create sketch. Like this, select midpoint and make it coincident. So radius is 110, so diameter is 220 and center distance is 225. Now let's go to sweep feature. This time we'll use circular profile of 40 mm. Now let's select the path. Now let's again on front plane. First let's draw center line. Now let's draw line. Now let's add dimensions. Here it is 385 and click, press escape, and this is 150. Now this is from here it is at 475. Now let's add fillet. Fillet is having value 32. Let's mirror. Let's sweep again. This time circular diameter is 40. Same way again on front plane. Let's draw line over here. To locate properly, let's draw construction line and make these two lines vertical. Now it is at 572 from the origin. Let's go to features and sweep. Let's select the circular profile and enter the diameter of 40. Now on a same front plane, let's add section like this. Here let's try to make it symmetric. This point, and this point must be symmetric. Okay, let's join from here to here. This distance is 175 and the top distance is 275. Let's draw center line from midpoint. Let's make them horizontal. Now let's extrude. Add midplane by 22. Similarly, on a front plane again, let's draw corner rectangle. Yeah. Or you can simply, if you wish, you can add these dimensions. I think let's remove that dimension. It is not required. So here, let's draw center line. Like this and this. Let's make it coincident. Now let's remove this. So this way you can simply create fully defined sketch. Now let's extrude mid plane, but this time thickness is 6. Now let's edit the sketch, and let me introduce 2 slot over here. Center distance is 50, so this is 50. Let's remove these dimensions and make them equal. This and this equal. This is 35. This one and this one are equal. From here to here it is 120. Let's draw center line. Now let's make this point, and this point symmetric. Now still they are not fully defined. So let's take advantage of construction geometry. Like this midpoint, this line, and make it intersection. Okay. So this should be a line. Now let's exit. Now let's apply fillet of value 5. Let's apply fillet to vertical edges, because sometimes when filleting mating edges it create problem. So let's first create the first fillet feature. Now let's add one more fillet feature over here. Make sure the top thing is completed. This is okay, and this is also okay. Okay, we forget over here. Let's add. So model is ready. Now let's measure the volume. So volume is 4764. Here answer is 321, but we have 463. So this is very close answer. So the answer is correct.